It's funny, there's so many different ways to describe it, right? There's no one way that would be the be-all, catch-all, end-all, right? For me, one of the biggest things that I think I would describe Nalukai with is the opportunity for founders who care, people that care, to get invested in their communities, in problem spaces that need fixing. And that comes through, I think, in every aspect of the camp, is that these founders are passionate young adults, young people that are able to come through on these problems and really sink their teeth into it from a lens that helps them to appreciate the culture and place they came from.
You can't tell where you're going unless you know where you are, right? And being where you are, you can tell, I don't really know how to say it per se, but it's like you know what your values are, you know the environment you were raised in, and when you know your values, when you know what you want to do, what you're passionate about, that's where it can kind of lead you in the direction you want to go. And being at Nalukai is opening me up to all these new experiences. Meeting all of these people has been really interesting and really eye-opening, especially seeing where they come from, their perspectives, and just meeting other people with different passions and hearing them talk about what they love and why they love to do it is really inspiring.
The way that Nalukai has evolved over the last few years has been really exciting to watch up front and on Zoom. It's become a camp that is really all-encompassing of the different ways that young people can carry out social change and create solutions to the problems in their communities. And what I really love seeing is that there's an equal emphasis on entrepreneurship as it relates to building a business and carrying out a venture, as well as how to actually create movements for social change, how to lobby politicians, how to create policy change. And these are really skills that any young person, I think, really will value as they grow older. They're incredible ways to enact change in their communities, and it's not being done in a vacuum, but in a way that really weaves in cultural practices, local knowledge and wisdom, as well as business best practice.
All those schools started to ask, well, what do you want us to grow? I said, I don't know what I want you to grow. I said, I don't know what grows best in your aina. Only you do. If you can provide me something from your aina that grows well, I'll be more than happy.
I really enjoyed the solutions brainstorming, the one where we wrote down on the sticky notes and made a chain, because it was really cool to see everybody's ideas and hear from what they were thinking. When you're just writing for yourself, it's personal, and then you share it and it's oh, we were thinking the same thing. And it's cool to just see how harmonious a team can work when everybody wants to be there. School, sometimes people don't want to be there, right? But when we're at Nalukai, everyone's oh yeah, I'm into this, I want to give it my 200%.
When we were on the papohaku of the local i'a, Haleolono, and the anakala there spoke to us about feedback. He talked about how they took surveys from fishermen who fish along that coastline down in Keaukaha, and also how they get feedback from Mother Nature, the sea levels rising and how the fish react to what they eat, and how the water is mixing in there. So definitely that feedback, and then I kind of related that to what we're learning that day, which was about MVPs and learning about your audience and getting feedback, right? So that's when it really settled for me, oh, it all connects.
Now imagine this. Now open your eyes. This is our solution. We present you Hawai'i.
So what I wanted to point out is that when we see entrepreneurship, right? We see photos of people presenting products, right? We see them ringing the bell at a stock exchange or something. We see arrivals. we see destinations, right? Same thing with Hokulea. You see them pulling into Tahiti, everyone's partying, you see them arriving, you see the celebration, you see the lei. But what you don't see very often is the navigating, right? All the little corrections, the constant vigilance that it takes to stay on path. So what we want to share with you at Nalukai is a look at that.
Going to the fish ponds yesterday and realizing that even though that environment would eventually be swallowed up by the ocean in the future, it was more about learning how to maintain and take care of the land in the Aina. And it wasn't really about making it the most perfect place. It was about taking care of it and respecting it and cleaning it as best as we could. And I felt like at Nalukai, some of these projects may not live on after we finish, but that's kind of the beauty of it, because it's really taught me that it's about learning how to maintain these businesses and these organizations and these companies. And it's not about having it be perfect. And even if it's not gonna last and be swallowed by the ocean like the fish ponds in the future, it's about having it teach us to learn and how to be an entrepreneur.
At the handle, Hawai'i.
If you guys are interested in our product, please view our website and join us in our cause of inspiring Hawaii's youth.
One no at a time.
I just looked around the room and saw the founders and just again knew that these were people who were non-judgmental and that I can trust.
Nalukai is a big endeavor. We bring people together, help them learn how to work in teams, help them pick a problem that they want to focus on, understand problems with greater nuance, greater understanding, so that they can develop solutions. And these are problems that inspire them. They fall in love with the problem that they're trying to solve. And along the way, the solution that their group comes up with.